So we knew that Core JJ was like a severe main player. So we're like, they're gonna look to give us Gnar, which we like 100% predicted. And then we're just gonna ban out stuff that allows them to pick like severe Rengar and stuff early. So basically we're looking to play pick comp and like team fight. And yeah, it kind of worked out. All the bans and stuff went exactly how we thought. All the picks went exactly how we thought. Apart from like the Azir pick, that's kind of the only disengaged mid laner there was. So that was kind of like the only spanner in the works. Other than that, it was just, yeah, it was all good. I think the Rengar pick was really good because they had an immobile AD carry and like Annie's really immobile as well. So provided we get a good start to the fight, which was kind of what decided the game, whoever gets the starter engage wins the fight. So I was like, I can get Rengar, will engage from long range and it will be good. I wasted like a few ults because I expected them to play a lot more aggressive. Like there was loads of times where they could have done more. So I ultied early and mainly used it for vision and they just didn't do a lot. So they're kind of like reacting all game up until the last fight, which won them the game. So I think I showed a bit too much respect to their team play. I ultied a lot defensively and just used it for vision and it didn't pay off. Annie was really squishy. She had like Frostblade and Sightstone, so her base HP was really low. So we're like, as long as we can insta-give Annie before she gets like a big ult, then we'll win the fight anyway. Because we couldn't really get Aurelia because she's too tanky. Couldn't get Azir because he can disengage us. So that left like Corki and Annie. And generally the Annie was the easier target. So yeah, we're pretty much like try and isolate Annie early and then just clean up the fight from there. And it worked like every fight because Leona ulted from a long range and then I followed it. And Ahri just ults like from the side. So it was really like good. Every team fight worked for us. And yeah, it was a good plan. It was really like free. We all knew the game was going to be decided there. So we set up like this huge, I was said like 2 minutes before, the game's going to be decided at Baron, everyone get pings, and we'll just pick there and win the game. So everyone knew what we were doing. We were all grouped around Baron. We had like full vision control. And then out of nowhere, Jez's kind of just died. And we were all like, oh, so yeah, Jez's is dead. He's like, oh, my bad, guys. And we're like, ah, it's okay. So I'm like, we should look for Baron because they're going to rush mid. So they start going mid and we start moving Baron, and then we started it and Aurelia just showed up and stopped us. And at that point I just like kind of put my headset down. I was like, I'm not even going to bother trying recalling. We've lost. So I typed GG in chat and just sit there. And yeah, I think like we just get too aggressive at times. We can just play patient and wait for them to come to us, but instead we like played 2 up lane and gave them this free engage. And that's like the difference between the best players and good players. You need to know like at what points to be aggressive. And we thought they were all going mid. Like I think the person who's dead should like say what's going on because they're not playing, so they can just look at the map and tell everyone what's going on, but Jez's was just silent. So I was like, I saw 4 on the map mid. I was like, yeah, they're going mid, it's obvious, because it was open inhib. And yeah, we just didn't know Aurelia was coming as well. So as soon as the recalls were stopped, it was already like over. I think we did really good overall actually, seeing as we had like no practice. We haven't even scrimmed any games yet, because like me and Sheep literally arrived last night. So overall we did really well, seeing as how little practice we've had, but I think Dignitas didn't actually play very well. They looked pretty indecisive at points, and I expected more from like the laners, because Shipter was kind of just playing reactively mid and we got first blood on him. Core JJ and Kiwi Kid at bot, they were just like, I just want to say mediocre. Like in general they just weren't playing aggressively and they were just reacting all the time, apart like at the last fight, apart from that when they won the game. So I think they should just be like more ballsy, they should play more aggressive, and then they would actually be a better team. So yeah, they're using subs for top and jungle. So we're just like, the aim of the game is to not let Pobelt carry, because I heard they're playing now and Pobelt was doing really well with like short range jungling. So I think we'll just try and bully top lane to the ground. I think it's going to be like me and Chris against short race and their top laner. And yeah, we're just going to play it the 2v2 style. We're going to come out of lanes ahead, and that's how we'll win the game. I heard he's been playing like Rengar instead of Lee now, and he said his Lee Sin's got really bad. So I think I'll just play Lee and let him play Rengar, and we'll just see who wins, and I'm pretty confident with me. I don't really think there's a huge difference. I just think EU junglers take a lot more risks. So maybe I actually fit in better here, because I don't like going for coin flip ganks where unless you know where the enemy jungler is or you've got a good idea, you just walk into lane without knowing any vision, like any information at all, and just look to like raw outplay. I think that's like the EU style. They just look to take as many fights as they can and know that mechanical skill will like make them prevail. But NA's like, you've got junglers like Meteos who like just sitting in the jungle and playing more on the enemy. So when you're constantly out of vision, your enemy's like constantly thinking where you are. And honestly, he just plays more passive and then goes for the clear ganks, like the easy ones. And I think that's probably going to suit me well, because I'm like in between. I'm the balance of like aggressive and playing like more passive. So I just think I'm a good balance between the two, and hopefully we'll win that way.